different outlook, and maybe the kids will listen. Like I love being able to call on people like that because then you don't be so tired.
Yes, so
oh
help a fellow mother out. If you have friends who are moms, have their back. Don't try to look like the good guy. You know, that gets on my nerves too. Don't try to, like, you don't have to do it. Don't matter. It's okay. Don't do that, friend. Like, you're undermining me.
Yeah.
Clearly, if I'm asking them to do something, I need you to have my back and be like, you heard what your mama said.
Right.
That's so much better.
That's better.
That's helpful.
So that brings us, I guess, into teacher talk. That was very much like almost teacher talk already. Now, why? Someone posed a question as to why teaching in an elementary school will give you high self-esteem.
Okay, so as you know, I had to give y'all this little 6-week check-in because, you know, I've never been in an elementary school.
Right.
I've been 6 through 12 for the majority of my career.
Secondary education.
Yes. So I feel like if anybody is having low self-esteem, they need to go ahead and apply to be in elementary school. Because I get my cup filled up every day.
Tell me more.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I know. Everybody told me, when you go to the elementary school, you're going to feel like a celebrity. I didn't know what they meant. So, okay, so there's this little first grader. And y'all know I don't have sons. And so this little cute little first grader, he just took to me so, and I was like, I really must just remind him of his mama.
Oh.
But either that or he had a little crush on me. I don't know what it was. But girl went into his classroom trying to do some observations. He wouldn't quit talking. I said, go sit down, baby. You got to do your job. I got to do my job. Go sit down. And he just looked up to me and he said, but you just so pretty. It was so sweet. And I was like, I don't have a son. I want a son now. So that was super sweet. And then another little boy who is not the same ethnicity as I am, he said, you look different every day. Because, you know, between me going through straight and curly, and I don't really have a consistent look or style of what kind of clothes I wear.
So they're taking notes.
Yes, I said, because I'm trying to keep you guessing. You know, it was just so cute.
Oh, that's cute.
And then the other day, these little kids said, these girls, this group of 5th grade girls,
oh Lord,
they were like, oh, Miss Mitchell, you need to be a model.
Oh.
So I was like,
model.
all right. I received all of that.
Thank you so much.
So I did a little fake little runway walk in the classroom while I was in there visiting their teacher.
Of course.
And they just like ate that up, you know, just started giggling. So I was just like, geez Louise, if you want your self-esteem to go up, you need to go to an elementary school. However,
what?
Yesterday.
Oh Lord.
We're sitting in my office, me and Miss Tanner, you know, you met her at the last Friend Fix.
Yeah.
And we had one of her little friends in the room with us. And he looks at my hair, and you'll see on the video, if you watch the video on our page, and we're going to post them on our Facebook group, and we're going to post some pictures of us. Yeah. But my hair is curly right now. And he was like, is that a wig you got on? And I was like, no, dear, it's not a wig. Oh, my mom wear wigs. I said, oh, is it like this? And he's like, it don't look nothing like that. And I was like, oh, is this ugly?
Right.
You know,
do you like it?
Like, what's wrong with my hair?
Right.
And your mama wig is better than my hair. No, you know. So I'm like kind of going into insecure mode because all these other babies gonna build me up.
Right.
So we stopped there, and he started on another subject, and he starts talking about. Okay, he starts talking about his cousin who dresses up as a girl.
Oh.
And he was like, and he be wearing wigs too. And I was like, we were like, oh, really? You know, who knows where this conversation is going? Because he had just 30 minutes ago talked about wigs, and he started talking about other things, and he started talking about his boy cousin that dressed like a girl.
Oh my, okay.
So I was like, oh, he wears wigs too. And he said, mm-hmm. And then we were like, well, what they look like, what his wigs look like.
Why?
He said, like that. And he was talking about my hair. I said, well, he must be a diva then.
Oh my God, like little curly.
Basically, he just told me that my hair looks like his drag queen or cross-dresser cousin. Transgender. Maybe. He might be. So, his cross-dressing cousin's wig.
Okay.
So, I was trying to decide. I don't know if that was a compliment because we know cross-dressers can be fly now.
Right.
Don't act.
Could be.
But
could also
be.
Well,
could be not.
Well, and he did not
elaborate.
say if he liked or not.
Nope.
Okay.
So, I don't know. So, my self-esteem had been really, really high. But then it became questionable on yesterday.
Oh, my. No, the high school kids will keep your self-esteem so low.
What? So you have to be told strong. You just like Rosa Parks.
Yeah. You have to be so strong. Look, I remember one group of girls was like, she's got such high self-esteem because she's standing over us with a booger in her nose. And I was like, well, I guess so. Thanks for telling me. And just walked away because they were just like, and it was true. Like,
were they trying to be funny or was that really kind of a compliment?
They were being nice. They were like, she's got high self-esteem because she's standing over us with a booger coming out of her nose.
Did she say it to you?
No, she was talking to the other girl while I was sitting right there. I was like, yeah, because I don't care. I don't need any friends. So if you want to tell me about boogers or not, I don't care. I have friends to tell me that.
Oh my God.
Isn't that funny?
They are a trip though.
You have to be like super strong because they do things to try to tear you down. Like that is their goal to make you cry.
The high schoolers.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny.
I remember that working in high school.
But it's hilarious how they think that we care about their friendship or their opinion or any of that stuff. I'm like, haha, you're so cute or you're so funny, but you're not gonna make my day or not. Like,
right? They don't.
I don't come to school ready for that.
Well, they just shower you with love at the elementary school.
Oh, maybe I need to take a visit.
This one little girl said every day she compliments my earrings. She'll look me over. I like your earrings and your sweater, Miss Mitchell. Oh, and I'm like, geez, thank you so much. So really, I just go to work to get my cup filled.
Good.
Just kidding.
Whatever floats
your boat. That is definitely one of the biggest differences of being at an elementary school.
Mm-hmm. So, we already talked about earlier, I have a co-teacher. And this is my second year with him. I love it. This is the first time out of 13 years that I've had a consistent, well-groomed because he came in with me. So we teach him how to be a good co-teacher.
Seriously.
And he does not want to go anywhere else because he's like, oh my God, I've been learning so much between me and Alicia.
Yeah.
He goes between us. And so one boy, oh my gosh, comes to us, and we had him last year, we have him again this year. He comes to me and says, I don't like how Coach Connor tried to teach me. And I said, why not? He's on my back all the time, and you never on my back. I said, baby, if he wasn't in here, guess who would be on your back? And he looked at me like, ooh, no way. Like he did not in his mind believe that I would ever be bad cop because Coach Connor is always bad cop. And it works. It works for us.
It has
There's certain
to,
kids
though.
who need that.
Yeah.
There's certain that but this boy in particular was saying, I want you to help me. I don't want him to help me.
Yeah.
Didn't help that was his football coach too. So he was done. Yeah. See him during practice. See him all day. Yes. He was like, I need a break. So basically, like that was hilarious. How he was able to figure out who was good cop, who was bad. And I've had such a great 2 years because I'm like, whew, I don't have to yell. I don't have to scream.
Yes.
I just say, Coach, he got his phone out. And he'll be like, oh, he'll write him up. So I don't have to do all that. I just feel like the heavy lifting is taken off of me.
Yes. And so teachers who don't have a co-teacher.
You just have to be everything.
Got to be everything. Some days, I remember my kids used to say I was bipolar. Yeah. And not that bipolar is a funny matter, but my kids used to always say, because I could go off
Yeah.
on little buddy over here to the left,
Yep.
and then because he's done something to interrupt the learning,
Right.
and so I can tune right back into the kid I was talking to and be just so pleasant.
Right.
And I could see, this is when I taught 7th grade, I could see their puzzled eyes, like,
shit.
what
Is
the
she gonna be mad the rest of the
heck?
day?
Like, why she just put this baby in their place, and now she back smiling at us over here. So it would confuse them. But what I have learned from being in a couple of buildings is good cop, bad cop also goes into administrator but along with teachers.
Oh.
So I remember I've had teachers, like at the high school when I was an administrator, there were certain teachers that were sweet as pie. And I knew if you had crossed those teachers, that if they're coming to me, it's time for you to get snapped on for real.
Exactly.
Like, because these teachers ain't bothering nobody.
Right.
And
They just doing their job.
They're doing their job.
And
They're
working
very
with you.
kind. They're graceful. They're working with you. They are giving kids grace upon grace upon grace all the time.
Right.
So those teachers, I'm about to go off on somebody if somebody is bothering them.
Absolutely.
But here's my dilemma. Good cop, bad cop. Everybody assumes a role. We don't have a preconceived conversation or notion of who's going to be what.
Right.
So sometimes in the moment, teachers become one or the other. And then, so they've already made the decision which one they're going to be before I, as an administrator, get there.
Okay.
So where, like I just said, the very kind, the teachers who are giving grace to students, I got your back through and through and through.
You already know. Yeah.
Yes. But if the teacher has chosen the role of bad cop before I get there, like you've already gone off, you've already chewed them up and spit them out, there's no way I, as an administrator, can enter into that situation and be on that same level of emotion.
Right.
So
you have to automatically be a good cop.
have to automatically go into good cop mode, and they see it as sucking up to trying to win over this kid. It's not that. At which point, how can we get anywhere, make any progress with the kid if we're both jumping on the kid? It's just not, it doesn't work.
But from a teacher's point of view, we think of it as that administrator had my back and they were mad too.
Yes.
And so we think, yes, they were a good administrator because they
went off on
agreed
this kid
that
as well.
It was worth it.
Yes. So it is a weird, it's a dynamic that you have to really, especially if you're a teacher. I'm challenging the teachers to think this through.
Right.
Because it just hit me I think it hit me last week. I was like, wait. Especially when you're dealing with kids from all kinds of backgrounds who probably receive the going off constantly, or they're being ignored, or they're being abandoned and neglected, and they're trying to raise themselves as teenagers.
Right.
I had all those kids too as teenagers. So now we're dealing with
Babies.
pre-K through 5th graders who kind of are in the same type of predicaments, but it's even more pitiful because they can't go get a job and go and live with a friend and just book up when they want to.
Right.
So, especially as an elementary school teacher, I'm so sorry. If you have already chewed up and spit out a 9-year-old, there is no way I can enter into this situation. And now, I will be firm in my voice when I'm talking to them. I'll let them know I'm not playing as we're talking to them. But you've already chosen which role I'm going to be before I even enter the classroom.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So that's food for thought. That's food for thought, because I know that sometimes teachers get upset because we're not on the same emotional level. But if we're all emotional, the kid's emotional, the teacher's emotional, and we're emotional,
someone has to tip the scale and make a balance, or
when
figure it all out.
When are we going to make progress?
Right, exactly.
So that's food for thought.
Wow.
I thought it was interesting when it came to me last week.
That is interesting, because I've never thought about the administrator's role in any of that. I just expect for them to be just mad and to throw the book at them and get them away. Yeah. But I'm also one of those teachers that never really does write up.
Exactly.
So my administrators have always been like,
we know if Ned
wrote you up, like,
you got to be.
I think last year I had 3 write-ups the whole year. So,
and that was extreme for you, I'm sure.
Extreme, because I was like, they are so bad. I need to write them up. But like,
how much had you taken before you even wrote them up, though?
Exactly.
So much.
How much other stuff, conversations, other. So I get it.
And you're a relationship builder too.
Yeah, I'm not going to write you up without knowing that you really just deserved it.
Right. And I feel like sometimes we're kicking kids out of classes before you've even established enough of a relationship to break through to them.
Yeah, we talked about that.
So it is challenging, especially with the most challenging students, but we both know that those can be the most rewarding students.
That's true. That is so